Great. Okay. Well, I think we're in business. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Electric Vehicle Awards, COVID style. Um, we figured if they could pull it off at the Emmys, so could we. So all we need is Dan Levy to come in and clean up. But we're going to try this out, and please be patient with us. It's the first time we've done an awards event online, and hopefully it will go as planned. For those who don't know me, my name's Kara Clareman. I'm the president and CEO of Plug and Drive. I think most of you know us, but if you don't, we're a not-for-profit that's leading the transition to electric vehicles across Canada. And we focus all our efforts on consumer awareness. We put a lot of our effort into putting butts in seats because we know that that helps consumers realize that an EV is not just a car of the future, but it's actually a car that could fit into their life right now. We have many programs to help speed up the transition to electric vehicles, and I'm not going to get into that here, but if you are interested, please do take a look at our website, pluganddrive.ca, for more on everything that we do. But today we are here for a celebration of the EV champions, and so I want to thank you all for joining us today to celebrate these folks. You know, if you're in the EV community, you'll know that sometimes dealers and even utilities get a bit of a bad rap in the EV world. And so we thought it would be a good idea to create a venue to celebrate the successes and not just to talk about problems. And these winners represent the best of the EV community, and we really hope they're going to be role models for others to follow as we continue to work on accelerating EV adoption. I would be remiss if I did not mention how grateful we are to all our sponsors and partners who help us do what we do day in, day out at Plug and Drive. In particular, I'd like to thank OPG and the Power Workers Union, who've been with us since the very start, and they continue to support us, as well as Bruce Power, Hydro One, and Toronto Hydro. Thank you so much for all your support. And with respect to these awards, we are so pleased to be partnering with the Canadian Electricity Association. This is our 6th year running. Francis, I don't know if you can believe that, but it is, to bring forward these EV awards. The CEA has been a very enthusiastic supporter of this program, and we really, really appreciate their support. I also would very much like to thank the Canadian Automobile Association, the CAA, for their ongoing support of these awards as well. And with that, it is my honor to introduce Francis Bradley. He's the president and CEO of the Canadian Electricity Association. The CEA, as they're known, is the national voice of electricity and serves as the primary industry association for the electricity sector. He's been part of the CEA for many, many years, and I won't embarrass him by saying how many. But he has the kind of in-depth knowledge of the electricity sector that I would say would be almost impossible to match. So with that, it's my pleasure to hand it over to Francis for some opening remarks.
Bon, ben merci beaucoup. Merci et à tout le monde, bonjour et bienvenue à notre événement annuel de prix des véhicules électriques. Oui, je m'appelle Francis Bradley et je suis le PDG de l'Association canadienne de l'électricité. Our members are the companies that generate, transmit, distribute electricity from coast to coast to coast. They make sure that Canadians have access to safe, reliable, and sustainable electricity. Basically, we worry about keeping the lights on so you don't have to. As I'm sure you're all aware, the Canadian federal government has staked out ambitious policy goals. As reinforced in the speech from the throne last week, these include exceeding the current 2030 carbon reduction targets and laying the groundwork for net zero emissions by 2050. New technologies in the electricity sector are bringing more choice, more control, and more convenience for customers. The Governor General also stated the government's intention to incentivize making zero emissions products. So while specific details are forthcoming, this could mean support for charging infrastructure, including at workplaces, condos, and apartments. This will help with the movement towards electric vehicles that'll be part of any broader electrification strategy, something that our sector has encouraged. Electrifying personal vehicles represents the next best step to meeting Canada's environmental targets, and it builds on our clean energy advantage. Les Canadiens comprennent comment les véhicules électriques les aideront à lutter individuellement contre le changement climatique et ils sont clairement intéressés à les utiliser. Ceci est un rappel que la réduction des émissions de carbone ne consiste pas seulement de fixer un prix sur le carbone, mais aussi à trouver des moyens pour que les Canadiens aient accès et aient un impact positif sur l'environnement. We're proud to be here today to award leading Canadian EV dealers who have taken steps to ensure consumers consider the purchase of an EV. We're also proud to award a CEA member focused on looking for ways to integrate electric vehicles into our existing electricity grid to ensure the safe and reliable supply of electricity for years to come. We've been a proud partner for many years, but let's get into it for today, shall we? Let's move on to this year's award recipients. And let me hand it over to the first presenter for the first award, my colleague Ian Jack, who's the Vice President, Public Affairs at the Canadian Automobile Association. I hand it over to you, Ian.
Thank you very much, Francis. It's a pleasure to be with everybody today, and especially with old friends like Kara, and to celebrate this event with the Electricity Association, with Plug and Drive. It's a fabulous initiative. We've been very pleased to be involved with it for several years now ourselves, and because it really gets at one of the issues that we know consumers are concerned about, which is that trip to the dealership and whether that dealership is going to have knowledgeable salespeople, be able to guide them through the process, and hopefully to have some inventory on the lot for them to look at. And this dealership award, of course, has always been aimed at incentivizing that. And my goodness, what a great group of winners we have today. People who've taken up that challenge, who've made it their life's mission to get EVs into the hands and feet, I guess, of Canadian consumers. So at CIA, we're very supportive of the transition towards an electrified future. We do believe that is the future for motorized transport in this country. And dealing with the dealership side of that issue is just such an important part that, again, we're super pleased to be with this. Erin and her group do such a fabulous job of consumer education. We try not to tromp all over her turf because she does it so well herself, but we do have our own resources as well for the public. And indeed, I was just checking before this webcast, and if you Google electric vehicles in Canada, you'll find Kara right at the top, and then you'll find us one or two down below. I'm happy with that positioning, given how well you do, Kara, your work, but we have some resources as well if people are ever interested in checking them out. Let's move to it and get on with the fun part for the rest of the people on this call, I expect, which is learning who the winners are and getting the awards if you are a winner. I'm very pleased to be able to present today the Leading Battery Electric Vehicle Dealership Award. This year's winner is just a fascinating model. We enjoyed discussing it and looking at it as a judging panel. They're really all in on EVs. We find their model innovative. We find that they are spending as long as 2 hours with new clients to really walk them through the process to understand EVs. That's a big investment of time for a dealership. We applaud them for it. They have impressive sales numbers as well. 55% of their total sales are in the electric category. And so we're very pleased to be able to say today that Shift Electric Vehicles is the winner of this award. So congratulations to you. And I'd like to present everybody now the president of Shift Electric Vehicles to accept the award, Paul Ruffard. Paul.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. It is an absolute honor to receive this award and recognition from Plug and Drive. We at Shift Electric Vehicles, we're a passionate group, and we feel very privileged to be working alongside an organization such as Plug and Drive to help the mission of bringing EVs to the broader market. A part of our efforts, part of all of our efforts, are education and awareness, and no one does this better than Plug and Drive. So, thank you for being there to support our common goals, and thanks to my incredible staff. They are a passionate EV bunch. A lot of them come from Tesla. We have knowledge, and we're always learning more. There's something new to learn every day, and we love sharing that with everybody out there. So yeah, again, thank you very much for this amazing award.
Francis, I believe it's back to you.
There we go. Just unmuting. That's you know you're in 2020 when somebody says, "Oh, I need to unmute." Hey, Ian, thank you very much. Terrific award. Listen, earlier I mentioned that one of CEO's own members was a recipient, making this award presentation even more meaningful for me. This is the Tom Mitchell Award. So first, a word about Tom Mitchell, the man the award is named after. Former CEO of Ontario Power Generation and a true visionary for the future of electricity. OPG was the founding sponsor of Plug and Drive over 8 years ago. And without Tom's support at the time, Plug and Drive wouldn't be what it is today. I understand Tom is on the webcast. So Tom, I want to welcome you. Your legacy carries on. And, you know, I'm not sure that we'd actually be here today were it not for Tom's support at a critical time. The winner of this year's Tom Mitchell Electric Vehicle Leadership Award is a utility that has consistently stayed ahead of the curve when it comes to electrification through its numerous and innovative programs. Throughout these programs, this year's winner is constantly looking for ways to integrate electric vehicles into our existing electricity grid to ensure the safe and reliable supply of electricity for years to come. Without further ado, please join me in congratulating Alectra Utilities. And here to accept the award on behalf of Alectra is Nitika Sate, the Vice President, Green Energy and Technology Center at Alectra. Nitika, congratulations.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you, Plug and Drive and Canadian Electricity Association for this recognition. Here's the award. And if you can see, it's really, really light because this is a replica. Brian Benz, our president and CEO, would have been here to accept the award. And he had a last minute conflict. And the award is with him. So what John Friesen, who manages Electra's corporate communication, within a few hours, he himself personally created this replica, which we're super proud of our creative, talented, nimble people at Alectra. So that's just in the DNA, which is why I'm so proud to receive the Tom Mitchell Electric Vehicle Leadership Award. It's a huge endorsement of our talented employees and their innovative work in the e-mobility sector. And not just our employees, it is a true endorsement of all the partners and the collaborators that we've been working with over the years throughout the electric mobility ecosystem. As the needs and demands of our customers are evolving, we rely on new and developing technologies to stay ahead of the curve and meet the needs of our customers, to ensure that we have the right solutions for every unique need. It's no surprise that worldwide people are opening their minds to driving electric. EVs have a low cost of ownership. They are absolutely fun to drive. And EV drivers have the bragging rights of doing something good for the planet. What is there not to love about driving electric? As our customers are switching to electric vehicles, we are bringing clean and convenient ways to electrify their drive. We are really proud of our groundbreaking work, which has been undertaken by the Green Energy and Technology Center, which we fondly call the GRID Center. Initiatives such as Alectra Drive. This is an integrated and managed EV charging program for workplaces and for homes. Another leading initiative is Grid Exchange, a blockchain-backed transactive energy platform that will offer electric vehicle drivers the ability to participate in energy marketplace. We also piloted an alternate pricing program, Advantage Power Pricing, that offered flexibility and choice to our customers, especially those with large flexible loads, such as EV drivers. These forward-thinking and innovative initiatives are pivotal in working towards a clean energy future for changing our world. So once again, thank you, Plug and Drive and CEA. Alectra is honored to be receiving the Tom Mitchell Electric Vehicle Utility Leadership Award, and it is a huge honor to accept this award with Tom Mitchell himself in the audience. Thank you.
Thanks, Nitika. So pleased for you and the team at Alectra, very well deserved. And I would also like to add my thanks to Tom Mitchell, who helped me in the very early days get Plug and Drive off the ground and was a very important supporter of ours. And as Francis mentioned, Plug and Drive probably wouldn't have existed without his help. So thank you, Tom, and I hope all is well where you are. Okay, so let's move on to our next award. I have the pleasure now of introducing the Mike Brigham Used Electric Vehicle Dealership Award. Now, this is the first year for this award, so I want to tell you a little bit about why we created it and also why we named it after Mike Brigham. So I'm sure you know that the used EV market is relatively new, but it has really exploded in the last few years. In fact, some of our previous winners had made their mark selling used EVs, but it was very new then. But the market has grown so much in the last couple of years that it just made sense for us to create a separate award category to recognize these innovative dealerships. And now Mike Brigham is an environmental philanthropist who uses his own money to support causes he really believes in, mostly in the area of climate change. About 3 years ago, I had the good fortune of meeting Mike at a sustainability event where we were both speaking. He was an EV believer in those early days, like me, and was determined to find a way to support the transition to electric vehicles. So many conversations later, this culminated in the creation of the used EV rebate that Plug and Drive offers in partnership with the Clean Air Partnership. And Mike is personally funding this rebate program that offers $1,000 to Ontario buyers of used EVs, as well as a second $1,000 to anyone who both scraps an old gas car and buys a used EV. As far as I'm aware and that I've been able to find, this is the only privately funded rebate program in North America. They're all funded by governments. So none of this would have happened without Mike's generosity and also his commitment to taking action on climate change. And we're so thrilled at how popular this program has been. We've delivered over 500 rebates in less than 18 months. So for these reasons, we thought it was most appropriate to have the Used EV Dealership Award bear Mike's name. Thank you so much, Mike, for all your support and dedication to making the world a better place. And now for the winner. This year's winner is one of Canada's only 100% electric vehicle dealerships and has made used electric vehicles a key part of their business model. This year's winner opened their dealership in 2016, and in 3 short years, it's grown from 4 to 25 employees. Every technician is trained in EV maintenance, and they've developed a very innovative battery swapping module for the Nissan Leaf. They've also done extensive work converting old gas cars into electric. All of this is backed up by very impressive sales numbers, with the dealership clearing 74% of its inventory in 2019. So without further ado, please join me in congratulating, and bear with my French accent, please, Véhicule Électrique Simon André. Here to accept the award on the dealership's behalf is Alyssa André. She's the Director of Sales and Marketing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm very honored to receive this prize, and it's all because of my team. I have a fantastic team here. We're like a family. It's a family business, so our team is like our family, but the clients too. They come back often for a second or third car. And yeah, if you don't know us, we are selling used electric cars since 4 years, but we also really focus on the innovation. So modify electric car, convert, or the swap of the Nissan Leaf batteries you talk. So we're always developing. We have now, I think, 5 engineers here at our dealership. So it's not a normal dealership. Alors, merci beaucoup. On est vraiment, vraiment fiers de ce prix. Puis, comme je dis en anglais, c'est vraiment à cause de notre équipe. Puis, c'est eux que je veux remercier aussi encore plus, là, nos employés. Puis, notre grande famille qui veut à mettre des véhicules électriques sur les routes. Puis, à partager cette passion-là parce que c'est vraiment une passion. Merci.
Congratulations again, Alyssa, very well deserved. Okay, so we've already made it to the final award, which is also a very new award, the first year for it, and we're calling it the EV Hall of Fame. And we decided some dealers are so far ahead of the game that they deserve special recognition. This particular dealership has won the award 5 years running, and we decided these folks deserve very special recognition and also helps make space for some of those up-and-comers to have a chance in some of our other categories. So in our inaugural year, there really is one dealership that stands out in Canada. This dealership has consistently demonstrated they're a Canadian leader in EV sales and promotion. They've won the REV award ever since we began in 2014. In 2019 alone, this dealership sold over 450 Chevy Volts and Bolts, and EV sales accounted for almost 50% of the dealership's total sales. They run an annual EV Fest, attracting EV owners from across Quebec, and about 50% of their marketing efforts are actually focused on electric vehicles. So again, without further ado, please congratulate our very first EV Award Hall of Fame inductee, Bourgeois Chevrolet. Here to accept the award is Hugo Janson. He's the general manager and co-owner of Bourgeois Chevrolet. It's like the Von Trapp family singers. Where's the? There we go. Hoping they'll be able to connect. Perhaps technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't think he was able to join, unfortunately.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, well, unfortunately, technical difficulties has prevented Hugo from joining our Zoom awards. That's too bad, but very much congratulations to Bourgeois Chevrolet. Oh, are we getting them in here?
I think I do.
There we go.
Hey. Sorry. Oh, I'm gonna go like this. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Thank you very much. Can you hear me good, Kara?
Yes.
Everybody? Thank you very much for this this award. It's very, very appreciated. I would like to thank everyone at the Plug and Drive for all the initiative and the new awards. I think that you know, making rooms for different different categories is very nice. I very appreciate it, and believe me, we're gonna keep our effort up to sell more electric vehicle and keep our innovative way of doing business. So thank you very much for everyone. Thanks to my team and everyone here at Bourgeois. They keep doing a fantastic job, and we'll keep in touch, and we'll find different ways to you know, to sell more EVs. You know, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, well, we're coming close to the end of our show here. Congratulations once again to all our award winners. We're really proud to have these amazing leaders in our Canadian EV community. I'm just going to make a few final comments and hand it over to Francis for some final comments. Perhaps it's obvious that COVID-19 has changed our lives, that we're doing these things online, and obviously there's some negatives that go along with all the changes that we've had to endure. And maybe I'm an eternal optimist, but there are also some positives we can take away despite the difficulties. I think a lot of people have realized that air pollution really affects not just the environment, but also our health. And I think in a way, this pandemic has got people thinking more than ever and be inspired to consider an EV for their next car. In fact, the stats suggest EV buying is up in many jurisdictions relative to gas cars. So that gives me some hope. Also, we have so many exciting announcements in Canada just in the last week or two. Francis alluded to one, the mention of the importance of EVs to the green recovery and the throne speech, as well as just a week or so ago, Ford announcing big plans to build EVs in its Oakville plant here in Ontario. As well, BC and Quebec both made ambitious announcements regarding EVs in the last few weeks. And just last week, the governor of California announced that no more ICE vehicles will be sold after 2035 in that state. So as I've often said, it's no longer an if, but it's just when EVs will dominate the auto landscape. And all of us here in this EV community are working to just make that when a little bit sooner. Finally, I just really want to thank our team at Plug and Drive, who are tireless champions for EVs and help me with everything you can imagine, making Plug and Drive and me look good every single day. So thanks so much to Dav, Brian, Nancy, and Ron, as well as our whole team of dedicated showroom and roadshow staff. Thank you for everything that you do. Again, finally, thank you especially to the Canadian Electricity Association and the Canadian Automobile Association for their ongoing support of these awards. Now back over to Francis Bradley for some closing remarks.
OK, merci. Oui, le monde, tout est changé depuis l'arrivée de la pandémie. Hein. L'année passée, après qu'on a donné tous les prix, on a pu lever un verre. On a eu vraiment un beau 5 à 7 à Québec. It's a little different this year. So instead of raising our glass at the reception as we did last year in Quebec City, we'll have to do it privately and separately. But we will certainly be raising a glass for our award winners. This is a terrific initiative. On behalf of CEA, I'm delighted to be able to participate in it, to partner with Ian and the Canadian Automobile Association, and the leadership that Plug and Drive has shown has been absolutely fantastic. So thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of the participants, everybody who was nominated, and especially to our award winners. You folks are the leaders. You are the ambassadors of electric mobility in this country. You're moving us forward into the future, and we really do appreciate all of your work. Kara, with that, have we come to a conclusion? You're shipping the champagne. Is that it? Everybody gets it by email.
Yes, that's the end of our show. Congrats to all and have a wonderful day.
Excellent. Merci beaucoup. Bonne journée.